Acculorber Forecast, Acculorber Forecast.
Going up to heaven.
The full moon is great. It's beautiful and makes days out of nights. It provides a basis for calendrical systems and entire canons of poetry. It pulls the tides both in the seas and within our own bodies, cascading out into external and internal weather systems that make life worth living. But it blots out the stars, and this weekend in particular, it will blot out the Perseid meteor shower. The Perseids happen but once a year, when the Earth's orbit intersects the shattered vestiges of Alderaan, a once peaceful planet destroyed a long time ago by Lord Vader and his Death Star, which itself has been mistaken for a moon. Because our moon is going to be full, we will not be able to see the meteors and reflect on the millions of voices that cried out in terror so that the Empire might find the location of the secret rebel base. Like the full moon, a fully functioning economy also looks great and provides everything with an extra glow. But it's only when the economy collapses into a penumbra of trouble does the new darkness provide us with two fantastic gifts. One, we can finally see what the great economy has been doing all this time. It's been raising the tide, which raises all boats, but the thing you are on right now is not a boat. In fact, the thing you are on is probably looking at you right now saying, "What? I thought you were the boat." Part of the reason the recession of 2008 was so bad, and why this second, even greater one is going to be worse, is because we are being told how bad it was and will be. It is bad. All our jobs are threatened and so forth, but the reason we're hearing so much about it is because rich people are worried. In times of trouble, the rich traditionally take it on the chin of the middle class. The poor don't have anything worth taking except their time in the form of cheap labor. But the middle class have always had resources that can be transferred up to the top 1% with varying degrees of effort. Concentrating wealth is what the mechanics of capitalism are all about, after all. A smidge of our income goes to the poor in the form of social services to give them breathing and police to keep them away. The rest goes to the rich in the form of buying corporate goodies, insurance, paying for wars, energy subsidies, and so forth. None of this silly little recession is actually hurting the rich. They can always lay off another 10,000 workers or so to keep their portfolios infoliated, or eliminate Social Security or all the schools. That's been the story since the Revolutionary War. But the level of market volatility and the frantic corporate media coverage is an indication that something else is happening. Here's why the rich are worried. Soon, all the middle-class resources will be used up. Cute little Park Slope babies are still being born into their nanny's arms, but not fast enough, and their parents don't have the money their parents once had. And once there's no more doubloons to transfer, once the middle class is gone and we're just the poor people and the rich people, there's trouble. As in post-Soviet Russia, where the oligarchy had to decide on the most cost-effective balance between low wages to get shit done and high police levels to keep that shit from hitting the fan. FDR's Depression-era budget compromise was to create new social programs and also a gigantic war. Obama's is more aligned with President Hoover. Make sure monocles and top hats are still available to those who wear them, but let everyone else wither on the vine with a nice austerity plan. But I'm just a simple fake meteorologist, not a fake economist. I think we need a Paul austerity plan. We all just write a bunch of books about whatever we want, or make music or paintings, and keep our overhead as low as it'll go. The degree to which we refuse to participate in this charade is the degree to which it will not affect our mood, and will also open up a new realm of relationships beyond class. New York City in 1977 is not unlike 2011 in the entire world. And while it wasn't easy being in NYC back then, it was the most tumultuously creative, transcendentally volatile environment a human could hope to be in. The underground downtown scene went from 14th Street to Tribeca. Now it runs from Berlin to New Orleans with stops in about 1,000 other cities along the way. That's the second gift I was getting to, that the collapse is providing us with. You know what an ad firm was going to do before the crash? They were going to project logos on the moon with giant lasers. I'm not making this up. They almost had the capital together, and then it all went south. You know what's happening instead? Millions of people have a lot more free time. Colored by anxiety, yes, but nevertheless unfettered and liberated to explore their own abilities to connect with people and synthesize new ideas that might actually manifest in material form wonderfully unmarketable emblems of consciousness and the human spirit. You should have your boss lay you off at the beginning of the day tomorrow instead of the end, because Friday and Saturday are going to be really nice this weekend. Friday, high of 83, low around 65 and sunny. Saturday, high of 85, low around 70, again, totally sunny and delightful. Sunday and Monday, there's a chance of rain, highs in the upper 70s, low again around 70, high 60s. Sunday, some thunderstorms perhaps in the afternoon, and Monday, a little bit more of a dreary day. Last week, I mentioned Moore's paradox, one of philosophy's unsolvable problems, which is basically, I assert something to be true, yet I do not believe it. Like, I know I have 2 feet, but I don't believe it. Well, here's another example. I know all the tenets of investor-sized globalism dominate the human experience, but I do not believe it. Not for a second. So when Brian Williams tells you the market is broken, the market has always been broken. Only now, the spell that the market cast is broken too. That's it for now. Remember to set your clocks back this weekend. Farewell.
Acculorber Forecast.